From the News Talk STL studios in St. Louis, it's the Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. Tonight, the inside dirt on Jeff City with State Rep Jamie Gragg, author and retired seaman Admiral Andy Barker, and the Right Mind Studio Band, Mitch Murphy and the Murphy Tones. Now putting the fun in your dysfunctional world, here's your host, Todd Showalter.
Well, I certainly was right again. Ask me what I was right about.
I know you're always right, but I'm curious what was so correct this time.
I told my wife, who I can't bring up on the show, before I came in today, because I've been out, I've been in Florida, and I said, I bet you anything that the whole station has just gone to Helana Handbasket since I've been gone. She says, I doubt it. They probably got along just fine without you. No, I walk in here today, and it's just obvious. The place is just falling apart.
Our security camera fell off the door, and we had it unlocked, and you were able to walk in. You, of all people that we usually have those things for, not working.
That's exactly right. I'm the only one that they will not share the security code with. I mean, I think you can give it to everybody.
It's too many digits. We know you won't be able to memorize it.
No, it's always like something, my kitten's name or something like that I don't know. But I mean, so the security camera, which is like a Ring doorbell, is broken. That fell apart. Everybody around here just looks like they're totally confused. And I get this. This is the worst part of all. I go to grab my little Keurig coffee thing. Guess what I pull out? It's a decaf. What could be more broken than that?
That's embarrassing.
Am I the only glue that holds this place together?
Sanka? You need some Sanka, sir? More Sanka for you?
I don't do Sanka. I only do the hardcore petroleum coffee. What happened to this place? Be honest with me. What is it?
Well, the FCC came down on everyone, especially Colbert, because he didn't do equal time, and now we're scared, too, that they're coming after us. Mm-hmm. We're actually going to have Jasmine Crockett as the morning show guy from now on.
Fantastic.
She's from St. Louis. It should be easy to get her to – she's not really doing anything. She's going to lose her race in Texas pretty bad.
Right. Well, then you can just make sure you're good with that bleep button, because everything she says is the F word.
Butch, beach, body, baby, B word.
Yeah, that. And otherwise, but the thing about her, I'm going to bring it up again, is that she's like – she went to MICDS, or like the Country Day Mary Institute, the premier school in town. And so she goes to like a private, uppity school, and then she goes down to Texas acting like she's from the hood. I mean, what's that all about?
It's hot out in these streets.
Yeah, I mean, you're from like Mary Institute, and like you're going down there like you've been out there living on the streets your whole life. I'm not going to say what I think of her, but that's just it. It's a joke. It's a total joke.
She makes fun of wheelchair people, too. So that's a little funny. That's tiny bit funny.
Hot Wheels.
That's why we gave her the morning show.
Because you did give her the morning show? Does Vic know this?
No, Mike doesn't know. Vic doesn't know.
And she's actually taking
Breaking news.
She's taking over the morning. Hey, we're going to drop names and stuff. You just dropped this one on me. I don't want to waste any more time. You do. I mean, you just started talking like Jamie Allman, and I didn't realize he was not even in the room. Do the Jamie Allman. Hey, do this. Say, you're listening to the Right Mind Show, but do it as Jamie.
He's got an iconic voice, so anyone has a Jamie impression.
A lot of people
Welcome to the 3 Martini Lunch. On the Right Mind Show. My trach ring is acting up again.
My cleft. I'm a smoker.
No, I do love his voice.
No, he has a great voice. But it's funny. I was just joking about the smoker thing, but you just did that, and it really kind of freaked me out.
His voice did get a little worse on Ash Wednesday, probably all the smog.
Did you do that? Did I tell you?
You got some schmutz on your face there, honey.
I can't even get the words out. I'm just like this. I can't wait to tell you this story. They have, I guess, like it's a little bit west of on Manchester Road, west of 141. West of Manchester. There used to be a Christmas tree lot right there. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's like the Manchester ball field, that they don't use anymore, and it used to be a Christmas tree lot. But get this. I am not making this up. During Ash Wednesday, they have it all set up so that cars, you don't have to get out of your car. You can go by, and I guess the priest or the whoever, they'll give you like the Ash Wednesday like cross on your head. But here is the best part. You know what is right next door to?
Crematorium?
A crematorium. It is right next to the crematorium. So you can go get Ash Wednesday on your head right next to the crematorium. I'm like, are these really, are they recycling? Don't you find that weird?
All right, pop quiz. If you had a choice between the pastor or whoever administers the ashes, licking his finger and swiping it on the black pavement, or it being dead bodies, what would you rather have smushed across your forehead?
Well, whose dead body is it? I mean, I don't mean to be picky, but if I want to have corpse on my head, I want to make sure it's the right one.
It was a 100-year-old lady, barely drove it anywhere. She was very clean. You know, she said her prayers every day.
So grandma, kind of like the grandma that you were talking about before we started the show. That kind of grandma?
Not a hoarder, lived in a retirement home, very clean, low miles.
No hoarder, hoarder.
Was not a hoarder.
And it didn't have a printer that needed help with or stuff like that all the time. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'd just do the dead person on my head.
They're probably sterilized. Anything with that much heat is going to be clean by the time you get it schmooched across your forehead.
Get this. This just popped into my head. If you get that done, does that mean you're a deadhead because you have dead ashes on your head? Get it? Deadhead? That's not a good one. I've been out of practice here.
Riding that train, high on cocaine.
Riding that train.
Casey, baby, watch your speed.
What? What's it? Again, it's going to take me a while to get up to speed.
That's a
here.
Grateful Dead song, Casey Jones.
Is it really? Casey Jones.
High on cocaine. You know that one.
No, these deadhead people, though. I mean, they're the only people that you still have groupies after the dead. Who is it? Jerry Garcia? Are you Jerry Garcia? No, I'm not. Yes, you are. I know you. I mean, he's the only. That didn't make any sense. But he's like the only guy, like the lead singer of a band that dies, and they still have more groupies than they did before he was alive.
How does he get that many groupies? He was missing a finger. You'd think he'd be leaving women, unsatisfied. So to have a groupie follow you around like that.
Which finger?
He must be good at other things.
Which finger?
Which finger? His plucking finger.
His plucking finger.
The ones that are
you lost your plucking finger, didn't you, Jerry? Huh? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, speaking of grandma, can we just talk about this? Because you were talking about the grandma that's the big Donald Trump fan. Can we talk about this now?
Black Granny.
Black Granny. Is that her name? Because apparently everybody just trashes Donald Trump, even though he's saving the world, in my opinion. But this black grandma comes out to his defense. Cut to the tape.
One of those who knows the importance of this mission is Felicia Cook, a lifelong Washingtonian who tragically lost her grandson to violence in 2017. Felicia, I like her. Please.
I like him too. One thing I like about him, he keeps it real just like Grandma. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be stand up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
That's pretty good. When is she running for office? Felicia, when are you running for office, please? You have my endorsement.
Bye, Felicia. She's like a redneck king of comedy out there. She's got a catchphrase.
Well, I think now that you had this on tape, for all the times that people complain about our show, can we just run that tape just so they can get off our back?
Get off my back. Get her done. Black Granny said so.
It's the comedy
Here's your sign.
tour.
You might be a redneck.
I wonder if she'd come on the show. You think she would?
Of course. She's doing media appearances already. I guarantee it.
I tell you what, if we can't get her, I bet you we can get the dead grandma from the crematorium outside the Ash Wednesday pit.
She's doing an hour on Def Comedy Jam coming up, actually.
Is she really?
Yeah.
A Def Comedy
Humping
Jam?
stools and talking about Granny said it.
Huffing stools.
Humping
stools?
Yeah.
Grandma's
humping stools of people who live in D.C. next to the Potomac.
Oh.
There was a sewage spill.
Oh, tell me about that, dude. Yeah.
Some sort of pipe. Oh, boy. Somebody must have flushed some of those flushable wipes. They are not flushable, my friends. And one of the pipes that leads into the Potomac it bursted, and now there's poopies in there. Is this the same place where the ice skaters were murdered by the helicopter and the airplane crash too?
I think they did. You're right.
This is terrible.
So now it's the Poop-tomic, and it's the same river that everybody crashed into.
Here, Trump's really worried about it as well.
Do we have something for that too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
To your point about that, there are a lot of events coming up for America 250. The president wants people from all over to come to the nation's capital. Is he worried that by the summer, the Potomac River will still smell like poop?
he is worried about that, which is why the federal government wants to fix it, and we hope that the local authorities will cooperate with us in doing so.
And Democrats shut down FEMA. Who's going to fix the poop?
Well, that's just it. Now, do you think just because Donald Trump wants to clean the poop out of the Pooptomic that the Democrats are mad, saying, no, we like our poop in the river?
Don't you dare clean the swamp.
We love our turds in the water.
Don't you drain the swamp and don't you clean the swamp.
I can just see him doing that. Trump wants to get rid of the poop in the river. We have to say we love the poop in the river. I mean, I can see him. Can you see Chuck Schumer? I'm just backstroking back here in the poop in the river. I see him doing that, don't you?
Just putting some cheese on top of this raw hamburger and making a barbecue next to the Potomac.
Yeah, that was a staged thing, wasn't it? But regardless, it's great to be back. This place has gone to hell. The only thing that's still worth listening to or looking at are you and I, right, buddy?
And the sad trombone. That makes me happy, doesn't it?
It broke.
No, what?
It broke. My horn, my favorite toy.
He's a little less horny today, guys.
I'm less horny is right. Wow. Well, we got that more when we come back. But in the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy in the whole world, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, the inside dirt on Jefferson City with Rep. Jamie Gragg. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who is next in line to become the official cartoonist for the state of Missouri as soon as he can figure out a way to kill off the St. Louis Post-Dispatch weatherbird, Todd Showalter.
And we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. And now, what did you call it? Rapping with the Rep?
Rapping with the Rep.
That's your new title. What do you think of that, Jamie? Rapping with the Rep. That's kind of catchy.
Let's kick it.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Yeah, put on some Bee Gees or something like that. Hey, you know why I'm excited today, buddy? Because, being like the efficient person that you are, you said, hey, what are we going to talk about today? And I decided, because you always want to make sure that you're prepared, and I understand that, because, you have to, make sure that the state of Missouri doesn't fall apart. But I said, today, let's just goof off. I mean, I want to hear, rather than politics and all that stuff that's kind of boring, it's boring, not always boring, but just sometimes boring. Let's get into what we really want to hear, Jamie. What is some of the craziest stuff that's happened to you? And just being a legislator, there's got to be some goofy stuff that goes along with it.
This is going to be a very interesting, this has already proven to be a very interesting year because we've got a lot of interesting intricacies going on around here. Election year, first and foremost. So everyone's kind of looking at their elections coming up. Of course, filing starts next Tuesday. So some people don't know if they're going to have a primary. Some people aren't worried about it because they're terming out. So they're like, they're getting ready to party. And so then people know that they've got a primary. So they're stressing out. Then you got these seniors. This is the one that kind of gets me kind of making me laugh. These people that have been up here for 8 years, they're done. They don't have a care in the world about having to raise funds, run a campaign, knock doors. They've thrown all cares to the wind, and they're just not even going to let the door. They're not going to close the door, turn the lights off on their way out. They're just going to have. They're not caring. They're just going to.
Really?
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. They're like, I don't care what happens right now. I'm just going to do all that I can do, and not tiptoe around this kind of stuff. I'm going full bore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about all this. I'm going to do what I can do and get what I can get,
right.
And that's all. And I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving that.
Right.
And it's great. It's good. It's refreshing. It really is.
So, what is your approach to things like this? So you have these different personalities. Where would Jamie fit into all this?
Jamie I think he's smack dab in the middle. I understand that relationships are where it's at. You've got to be able to work with different personalities from all around the state. You've got people that are from my area, the Southwest, where we're a little bit slower and getting. We believe in the handshake. We believe in our word. You've got the cities where faster pace, economic development, go, go, go. they've got higher crime rates. They've got social programs that are bigger and more widespread. You've got the northern tier where it's all about agriculture, and your nearest neighbor is 400 hours away. And then you've got the boot heel where you've got agriculture, you've got the Mark Twain National Forest. We're so diverse, we're so different, but you've got to be able to work with all of them.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, and so you've got to. And so bringing all those people together, that's where I like to be. I like to get to know everybody. I like to know something about everybody, get to know them, and work with them. That's where I'm at.
Okay, well, it kind of reminds, it's kind of like a big, I kind of look at it like a big school. Okay, so at school, remember back in school where you'd have like the different cliques and stuff like that. And you always had like that one, especially in the lunchroom, kind of like the nerdy kids and stuff like that. Do you have people like that in Jeff City, or they're kind of, those are like the nerdy kids? Do you have like legislative people like that everybody kind of just says, oh, it's those guys?
We do, but we relish in those. We love those guys. Those are the ones that are we put as our mascots, and we actually like them.
You do? You don't pick on them?
We do. Okay. No, we actually put them up front.
Okay. All right.
We've got one guy up here, and he'll know who we're talking about as soon as I start talking about him. He's from not too far from your area.
Okay.
He wears the. Do you remember the WKRP in Cincinnati? And remember?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely, yeah.
He's our Herb Tarlick.
Oh,
he really is.
And he's from our area?
He wears the suits, the plaid. He's got the walk. He's got the salesman attitude. He's got that that flashiness. He's a rep from St. Charles County.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he is that guy, and he'll tell you he's all about the salesmanship.
Okay.
Representative Travis Wilson.
So you're dropping names. We got some nuggets going here.
He owns it, and he's a friend of mine, so he'll be okay with it. And he'll be the first person to tell you that's him. He's flashy. He really is. But yeah, he's our standout. But he is we put him right up front. He's not shy about it.
Okay. Well, who's the bully? You got any bullies there? Mean guy?
Oh, our bullies?
Yeah.
Our big bullies.
Greitens.
I don't think we've got a bully here.
Greitens.
We don't like bullies. Bullies, we'll call those our bureaucrats.
Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting because you got you got all these different people coming together, and I know you're there for the reasons of it's all political, obviously, but it's got to be you got a mismatch of different types of personalities and everybody trying to get along, which is it sounds to me like my family's Christmas. Everybody's like you're trying to get along, but you're also trying not to kill each other, and so I mean, is it that kind of vibe?
We do have our dysfunction.
Yeah.
We've got our people that are like, okay, they're definitely from the other side of the family. We've got some of those that are like, okay, well, they're somewhere our family tree didn't fork or something like that.
Right.
And then we've got those that are like, okay, there's the mean girl. There's over there. That's the jock. Yeah, we've got those. So we've got those, yeah, for sure. It's like looking through the yearbook sometimes.
That's
too.
what that's what I thought. I mean, it reminds me of high school. I mean, not that I mean, and I was the class clown. Okay, I mean, in high school and just life in general. I mean, so are you the class clown, Jamie? Are you?
Some days, yes.
Okay.
Some days I feel like I was the middle child, even though I was born the youngest, the class clown as well.
Okay.
But but some days I come out as the class clown. Some days I come out as kind of like I like to disappear into the shadows and watch, just kind of see how everybody else is doing things. But it's different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's I mean, we talked about what would be really interesting that some of the listeners maybe never could fathom. I mean, what is there anything really totally crazy and off the wall that's happened to you since you've been there that you want to share?
Something that's happened to me since I've been here?
Well, it doesn't have to be you, but just like, what's one of the craziest things you're like, wow, I never expected to see something like that here. Anything like that?
This year this year has been a little different. We have been busier than I have ever been before in my life. Ashamedly, I've not been over to the Senate at all this year because we've been that busy.
Mm-hmm.
It's been go. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to really be out and doing stuff. Now we've done our fair share of going out and trying to get away here, but we've done we had we had a nice karaoke evening the other night. We went
Karaoke?
over to one of our. We did. One of our reps had a crawfish boil.
Yeah.
Over at a facility, and then after that, we went over to their house. We got a nice big house that they share with some other reps, and they broke out their karaoke machine, and we had a karaoke contest. They had bought a little trophy, and whoever won got to put the trophy on their desk for the week, and that was fun. It really was.
Was it Mike Kehoe? Did Mike win?
Well, no, he wasn't there.
You didn't invite Mike?
Mike did not win. He didn't show.
He didn't show.
You can't win or lose if you don't show up.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, you can't. You're going to miss all the shots you don't take. That's what I think. Michael Jordan. It could have been Michael Jackson that said that.
Jordan. Well, yeah, either one.
Well, either one. So you mentioned something though, because you see, you guys share a house and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, when you're from Springfield, and so when you come up, I mean, does everybody just kind of hang there? Is it kind of like going to college? I mean, do you have your own places that you stay, or how does that? You obviously don't go home every night. I mean, does everybody kind of like have roommates and stuff like that? Or how does everybody live when they're actually in session?
Oh, good question. There's different ways you can do things. There's the Baymont Hotel or the Capitol Plaza. They give a good rate for the legislators. It's one option. That way you can have your own room. But unfortunately, you have to take your stuff back and forth every weekend. Or you can get a Airbnb, or you can rent a house or an apartment with other legislators. It brings the rate down.
Mm-hmm.
I share an apartment with another legislator. It's a pretty decent rate for that way, and you can leave your stuff here over the weekend, things like that. So there's places around town that are pretty reasonable that you can rent. Yeah, so there's lots of people that share, so it works out pretty good.
So when you went into it and everything, is it everything you thought it would be? I mean, are you excited? I mean, when you first got the idea, okay, I'm going to run for office, I'm going to do all this, going to put in all the hard work. I mean, is everything you expected it to be and more? Or is it not?
Luckily, I did not know everything there was to know about it, and I'm glad I didn't, because that way I wasn't disappointed or anything like that. But there's a lot of surprise. There were a lot of surprises, and not as many disappointments. But there are more bonuses than disappointments in the long run. There are. The systems that we have up here seem to be lacking at times,
right?
But there's a lot of cool things up here that I did not expect. Honestly, at the same time,
it's like high school, right?
Yeah, well, just like it. Yes.
Yeah, kind of thought so. Yeah, except without the. All right, okay, except for the lunchroom. Well, okay,
without the paddle. Yeah.
Without the paddle. Well, we paid extra for that at my school, but I can't talk about that. All right, I'm going to break my rule. I'm going to ask you something more political at this point. What's the biggest issue you think we're facing right now? I mean, now that you're in session, is there something that's a hotter topic than anything else that everybody's kind of focused on? Are there several topics? I mean, what's your big issue that you want to push forward? Is it, are you picking up where you left off last time?
Well, I'll hit that from a couple different angles. One, I'll say for me personally, it's flip-flopped. For me personally, on my bills, of course, I've got my priorities. As we've talked before, I've got a fathership initiative that I've been pushing, and it's just been slow going. For some reason, leadership has just dragged their feet on it. It was one of the first bills heard in committee, unanimously voted out of it. It's not even been heard on the floor yet. I'm like, for the love of all that is good and holy, come on.
Yeah.
Why? And we've got bills that are already heading over to the Senate. Why? I don't understand it. So that's me. But I guess my biggest priority is we're getting all these bills sent over there, but we're not getting the priorities that the state of Missouri is really wanting. But we're getting the priorities of somebody over there. I don't know who, but so I want to see the good stuff. I want to see the good stuff sent over. So that's where my true heart is. But we're getting stuff sent over that are, decent stuff. It's just not the stuff that I thought would be sent over.
Okay.
But when it comes to the priorities that we're hearing about, I know the governor has the big thing of the income tax. He'd like to get that. We've heard that already in committee. Personally, I think that's going to be a long-term thing. I don't think that's going to be a one-shot deal. I think it's going to be a little bit of a process. I think that's going to be something people aren't going to they're going to have to wrap their head around it a little bit better.
Yeah. You think we'll ever get rid of these personal property taxes? Like here in St. Louis County, they're kind of a joke. I mean, it's like I always make the joke, like if I go into, and you get your county stuff as well as state stuff and all that. So I'm not maybe mixing some apples and oranges here, but I don't understand why you got to keep paying for stuff that you already paid taxes on. I mean, you think we're going to finally be rid of any stuff like that?
I think personal property tax is going to be easier to get rid of than income tax. I think people are going to wrap their head around that a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it's easier to comprehend.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's really something. You want to get people on board with that. I just never understood it. And then the whole thing where during like the COVID bunk when things that like cars, instead of depreciating, they got more valuable, and all of a sudden they're charging you more taxes on something that's falling apart. To me, that just seems like as robbery. Do you really even? It's like you really don't even own it if they're going to keep charging you for stuff that you bought.
Yeah, and then I were talking, on real estate. I think I shared this with you last time I was on the radio.
Right.
My great-great-grandfather bought a farm down in Ozark, Missouri, and it's now passed down, and it belongs to my cousin. Mm-hmm. We're talking, 4 generations down the road. It's now a Century Farm. And he could still lose that to the county if he doesn't pay his taxes. It's been paid off for generations.
Yeah,
how can you lose something that's been paid off for generations? I don't get it.
Well, that's just wrong. I mean, that's right. I mean, are there people? I guess we're going down a different direction here, but I mean, are there people that like you and I that just who wants to keep this? I mean, it's obviously revenue, but I mean, at the same time, come on. I mean, let's have some ethics here. I mean, who would actually want to keep this around?
And right, yeah. So I can definitely see us getting rid of that before the income tax because it's easier to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, thank you for joining, and we'll do it again soon if you'll allow it.
I will. I relish and look forward to it.
All right, my friend. Take care, buddy. Bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
Well, there he goes, the king of tops, the rapping. What do we call it? Rapping
with the rap. He's the Dracula of Jeff City who likes to just sit in the shadows and watch everyone. Jamie Gragg, he is ready to take on the entire system. He said he was going full bore.
Yeah, full
bore. I don't know if boars have horns, but it sounds like he's got horns. You need horns. I heard your horn broke.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? I told you. I mean, I was in. It's my favorite toy that I probably had since Major Matt
Frequent
Mason.
guest on the show, little toy horn.
And I reach into my pocket. I had this on the plane, by the way, okay? And I had the most fun. Ask my wife, who I can't bring up on the show. I kept blowing my horn on the plane, Somebody said, I can't believe I got another connecting flight. Wah, wah, wah. I was playing this damn thing over and over again, and she was really getting upset with me. I reached for my keys this morning, and just the little horn part came out. The whole thing was broken. What am I going to do? It's like when Major Matt Mason lost his head. I mean, how am I going to play with this now?
This is the saddest story I've ever heard.
It is the saddest story I've ever heard. I mean, enough of all these other things that are supposed to, Nancy Guthrie and all this. My horn broke.
Oh, you know what we do. We go and we have a funeral for it or something.
Okay.
Get the ashes of your horn and put it on your head.
Well, I know where we can get ashes, right next to the crematory.
They call it a drive-by ashing.
Drive-by ashing.
St. Louis, you can't advertise drive-bys. They got to be a surprise.
Well, that's just it. Well, if there's that kind of surprise in your deed, then you can just go next door to the crematory. In the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter, and my bestest buddy, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, using writing to heal the wounds of war with Admiral Andy Barker. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who got legally certified as an emotional support human just so he could wear the cool vest. Todd Showalter.
Hey, we're back. I'm Todd Showalter along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. And now, sitting next to me, the man, the myth, the legend, who started out with this way back in the day.
Episode 1.
He was always been just like a cornerstone in the round room of the show. The one, the only Admiral Andy. How are you, sir? Wait a minute. I'm saluting. Wrong hand, but I'm saluting. That's the Three Stooges salute.
You want to see? I know the listeners can't see, but the ensign salute in the Navy is...
Oh, okay, I get it. Well, They can't see that.
I just
You're
shrugged my shoulders like I have no idea.
Shrugs, not drugs.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. Well, that was a rhyme. Did you just come up with that one too?
Mexico just intercepted some submarine with 3 billion pounds of cocaine, and I was just thinking of, Admiral
a
Andy.
submarine? No,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Mexico intercepted. We intercepted a Mexican submarine.
No, Mexico intercepted some drugs.
Did you know about this one, Admiral Andy?
I did not.
It's hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses. Well, speaking of off the presses, one of the reasons you're here, among others, your new book, The Adler Compound, is out. The extended version. Now, preface this for me. You had the original book, okay, and now you have an extension of that book, a more how do you put it? A full manuscript now?
No.
More
I guess
better.
a technical term would be a second edition.
See, that's why I'm glad that you told me, okay, because that did not pop into my head. So you have the second edition of the Adler Compound. Just jump right into it. It's doing very well. You're getting lots of compliments. You were like what, on the top 10 or something?
So for the debut week that we broke into the top 10.
Top 10. Yeah.
The last couple of days we actually broke top 5.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, tell us about it. The Adler, it's a good-looking book. I mean, people listening to radio can't see it, and I could describe it, but that would take too long. Tell us about the book.
Well, let me go back.
Yeah,
I have to go all the way back to the very, very beginning, and it all stemmed from a nightmare I had. I had PTSD. Obviously, you guys know that already. I had a nightmare so bad it was full physiological response, heart racing, sweating, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I thought, you know what? This would probably make a good story. So I wrote a short story on it.
Okay.
And that was the time to abdicate. That turned into, well, you know what? I had such good response from that. Let me dive in and write a book about it. So I did, and it was okay, I thought. And I don't know, about 4 or 5 months ago, somebody had mentioned it to me, and I went back and I started rereading it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can do this so much better. So the story is basically, the second edition is basically the same skeleton, much more character development, much more plot involvement. Honestly, I didn't intend this when I wrote it, but after I've written it and I've had several reviews, I screwed around and I ended up messing up and writing a Greek tragedy and wrapped in modern day thriller.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. Well,
so-
tell what is the basic the plot? What's the overall story?
So the overall story is there's a gentleman that was a retired SEAL, retired CIA operative. His wife was, they finally get the time to start doing things together. They go to Germany and they get framed for a chemical attack. After that happens, his wife ends up being kidnapped. That's what sets him on his mission to find her. I don't know how much I want to go into it right now because I don't want to give everything away. But
Sure, I understand. Yeah.
the story isn't a shoot 'em up typical Hollywood thriller. It's has a lot of psychology in it. It really expresses the cost of doing what we do and how the war doesn't end just because the uniform comes off.
Okay. All right. So you're talking about you going into, the post-traumatic stress situations and things like that. So you're going into, is this about somebody that's out of the military now, or is he still in the military and dealing with this?
No, he's out.
Okay.
And that's the thing that most people don't like to talk about.
Right.
Once the uniform comes off, we struggle with purpose, place, in addition to all the demons that we're dealing with from the things that we did. But more importantly, it talks about moral injury. There's a lot of heavy psychology in there that, to be honest, I put a little bit of my issues into each character. So it really resonates with a lot of veterans.
Well, and I would think so, too, because when you always hear about authors, they have to do a lot of research and they either go somewhere, they'll study something. You're the guy. You actually lived this stuff. So you're writing from a perspective of somebody that actually did it than making it up. Was this therapeutic for you to actually write this?
Yes. However, it tore off a lot of scabs that I thought were scars. So wounds that truly hadn't healed yet, and I don't know if they ever will heal. Kind of irritated them, and I'd spent a lot of long nights wrestling with that. It was painful to write it, but it was very therapeutic.
Okay. I don't want to give it away, but at the end, Well, let me go this way. Is this going to be a series? Is this going to be, does the main character, does he go on to possibly have other books?
There is a possibility.
Okay.
However, I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay. Well, you've gotten great feedback so far, and one of the things you were talking about is that some personal notes and things that you've gotten. So obviously, people that have been dealing with these situations, it's hit home with. How's that feel? It's got to be huge.
Heavy.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Once again, I thought once I took the uniform off, I could stop bearing all that weight on my shoulders.
Right.
Not so much. I just put it right back on, but in a good way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, sure.
I feel that the story has a very important message that needs to be heard, not just by veterans, but by other people, civilians, if you will, people that have never served.
Well, as somebody that, say you're talking, say a civilian out there, there are a lot of civilians out there, obviously, but what are some things that you wish civilians knew that you don't think they do know?
Not all wounds are visible.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of struggle that goes on, especially late at night when it's quiet, when all the noise settles. That's when the other noise starts, if that makes any sense at all. It's, I think that's the biggest thing. Not all wounds are visible. And I'll give you a great example. I'm 100% disabled. I parked in a handicapped spot the other day, which I have tags for. Mm-hmm. And I get out and I'm just getting mean mugs, man. It's like, why are you parking there? That kind of thing. It's just, and it's different if you see a gentleman walking around who was a below the knee amputee. That makes a lot of sense, right? You get that why they're parking there, but I don't know. I think it's I feel that the veteran community is just kind of, once we come home, we're just thrown to the side.
Mm-hmm. And you hear about things with like the VA and things like that. Is that more for physical injury? When it comes to like dealing with psychological issues and things like that, are they prepared to help with things like that?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting better. The VA's had a bad rap for a long, long time.
Right.
Deservedly so.
Right.
They are getting better. A lot of work still needs to be done. My first therapist, obviously is no longer my therapist, but it was a young lady that was fresh out of school and never really worked in the field before, and they threw her into this job in the VA dealing with veterans and thinking she could use the standard verbiage or textbook or checklist that most civilians use. Doesn't work on veterans. You can't just throw a blanket over each PTSD case because everyone is different.
Right. Well, you got there's stuff that's coming out now. There was, I believe, I last time you were on, we talked about a Netflix program. I can't, the name escapes me, but it dealt with some people that are dealing with PTSD and some of the things they were doing. In this particular one, it was almost like how some hallucinogenics or something helped with it. That doesn't really matter. The thing is, where I'm going is that it seems to be more in the spotlight now than it used to be. Do you think that that's helping? That that there's people are actually making an effort to make people know about it?
Yeah, it's definitely helping. Getting the word out always helps, but it really depends on how it's portrayed. Mm-hmm. Is it the stereotypical Hollywood version of PTSD that the vet has PTSD and he's bat crazy? Oops,
right.
Sorry. Was I not supposed to say that?
Oh, no, you can say anything. Okay. You're Admiral Andy. You can say anything you want.
Sorry, FCC. I'll defer the fine to Todd.
No, that's okay. I'll pay it.
Anyway, yeah, so it really depends on how they're depicted, If they're depicted as the person that comes back is diagnosed with PTSD, they lose their mind and they go on a killing spree or whatever the case may be, that's all Hollywood and that's all garbage that doesn't help.
Right.
So, if it's done right, absolutely it can help.
Well, what would you say, like, just if you were to guess, like percentage-wise, of people that go through, say, a military career, say they go 8 years, okay, they do 2 tours or whatever, however it works. And, what would you say the percentage of people that are veterans actually experience PTSD?
Oh, gosh, that's a great question. I don't know if there's ever really been a study on that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there has been, but so anything I would tell you would be completely fabricated. But it really depends on the job that they did in the military, I think. Mm-hmm. You could have somebody did 30 years and they worked in supply on a ship their whole career, never saw combat, Wouldn't expect them to have it.
Okay, so it's more, I mean, which makes sense. If you're in a situation where you're dealing with combat and injury and death, I mean, obviously that's hugely traumatic. And that's something you had to deal with. Now, you put together different types of programs. You have your umpire program that you do, and you have other things that you yourself, from what I understand, are trying to get people together to deal with this. Is that something that's widespread? I mean, I know that you're doing it, but are there other resources for people that are dealing with this type of thing?
Absolutely. There's tons of resources out there. Now, I will say if you're a veteran and you're looking for something like this, do your due diligence, do your research before you go into a program. Know what it's all about first, because it just may not be for you. But there's plenty of programs out there that will be.
Okay. When it first started happening, I see you, I mean, because you did over 30 years, so you had a very, very long career. I mean, did this start coming on while you were still serving, or did it take a while after you got out for all these things to catch up with you?
It's a great question. I noticed it towards the end of my career. As you know, my father was sick, so we had to come back home, humanitarian transfer, and that's when everything started just kind of crashing on me. There was just too much. So I went and I got help, and they diagnosed me with PTSD at first, and I'm like, there's no freaking way in the world I have PTSD. No.
And why'd you say that? Why did you not think so?
Well, I was overcompensating, putting up walls, compartmentalizing a lot of this stuff because I still had things to do. I still had family to take care of. I still had my job to do. I still had to provide for everyone. So there was no time for me to even think about it.
Right.
But after I retired, there's no more mission.
Yeah.
So all you have now is time.
Right.
And time makes you think about things a lot. And that's when I realized, man, I'm in a lot of trouble here.
Well, what was it like, without getting too personal? I mean, obviously, you have a family. I mean, how are things on the home front with your wife and kids?
They don't understand. I don't expect them to, because if you look at me on the outside, I look normal, right? I compare it to I'm a duck on a pond, nice and calm on the surface, but underneath I'm paddling like hell. It's tough, man. It's tough when your closest loved ones don't truly understand the battles that you're going through, because right, wrong, or indifferent, my whole career, I always shielded them from all the crap that I had to deal with. They shouldn't have to go through that. So I can understand why they don't get it, but at the same time, it's frustrating. And it can be hurtful sometimes.
Yeah.
So
just from not understanding.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Well, would you say at this point, is this something that you think never really goes? Is this chronic? Is it something that you never totally heal? Like they say with like addicts, so it's not that putting you in that realm, but I'm just saying they say addicts are never totally recovered. They're just learning to deal with it. Do you think you'll ever be totally recovered from this?
No.
You're learning. You're just going to have to learn how to deal with it over time. Okay.
The one thing I did do, I quit drinking.
Okay.
I've had a drink since March 28th of 2021.
Okay.
So that was a problem.
Yeah.
I recognized it. I would shoot myself in the foot with the drinking.
Yeah.
So it's been great coming off of it. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm not putting all that crap in my body. I'm not waking up feeling like crap in the morning, and I'm not waking up having to take a drink to stop feeling like crap.
Right.
So
tell us, how can people get the book? And, I don't know if you want to talk any more about it, but, are you going to be doing any, talks about the book? Are you going to be getting any signings? Are you going to be doing anything to get it out there to promote it besides being on our show? Because you'll have all the Right Mind fans that are going to be buying it.
Well, I would greatly appreciate it. And before I go any further into what you just asked, I have to say that I didn't write this book for anyone else but me. It was like we said earlier, it was a huge healing component of my life, and I don't care if I sell another copy. The fact that I finally got to get it out and put it on paper and get rid of that one chunk, it has been. I can't even put it into words. I can't describe it, what it's done for me. But if you want to find it, it is on Amazon.com.
Okay.
And we're currently in the process of getting it into brick and mortar stores.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
libraries, local bookstores, Barnes and Nobles, things like that.
Yeah, because I can really see you going kind of on a circuit, and people would want to know about this, especially people that are going through what you've gone through, and other people that that are going through that. I think it could be very therapeutic to really, spread that word with people, through your book and say, hey, you're not alone. Because I would imagine people just thinking, am I the only guy that feels as bad as I do? When you have a lot of people out there that are suffering like that,
Yep.
you could do a heck of a lot of good out there. More, even not that you're not already, but even more.
If this book were to save one person's life, mission accomplished.
Okay.
That would mean the world to me. I wouldn't care if I sold 1 billion copies.
Sure.
If it saved one person's life. And now it is fiction, mind you. But
it's still, it is based on things that you know from experience. And
Correct.
that's why, that's
correct.
All right. Well, I tell you what, it's a different kind of a vibe with us today. But, you've had a wonderful career. There's a lot of stuff. You're very talented. You're funny, but you also have a lot of stuff that you bring to the table on the serious side. And it's good that you're in it. It's great that you're willing to share that with everyone.
Funny how? Funny
And then
I'm a clown?
we're going to go back to
I
that.
amuse you?
I think the whole Joe Pesci thing is still something you have to deal with. Okay,
Yes.
but you can write a book about that called The Pesci Compound. Okay, and then that could be like we'll talk about that maybe a year from now. What do you say?
Fair enough.
Well, have you had a good time?
I had the
today?
best time, especially with our friend Admiral Andy.
Admiral Andy, did you have a good time today?
Had an amazing time. Thank you,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
So good to have you back. I just feel like we all should give each other a big hug. That was
The
good.
wife told him to be nice to you today.
Stop it. I'm always nice to have. I love Admiral Andy. We just rib each other.
There was a voicemail we played on one episode where you weren't on, and it was, be nice to Admiral Andy.
That's right. I even recorded that.
Actually,
You
I
heard
was on that.
She
that
was
episode.
on.
I don't remember you being here, but we were nice.
Well, it's okay.
Well, you're the one that told Todd to make sure he played it.
Yes, okay,
That's
yeah.
right.
Maybe you were here.
He's starting early stages of dementia.
It happens.
It's okay, but it happens to all of
It
us.
does.
I think for some reason I'm Carol Channing. Remember her? I'm not going to talk anymore about
Aye,
that.
aye, aye, aye.
Stop it, will you? Well, you know what we always say,
And we say it together
all
now.
of us. If you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. To find out about all things Todd, go to toddsprod.com. We will see you next Saturday night at 5 p.m. right here on 1019 94.1 News Talk STL and always streaming online at newstalkstl.com.